Hello everyone, I'm back with a follow-up to a video that I did a couple weeks ago where I bought my new SIG 365-AXG Legion. I had a chance to take it out and shoot it a couple times. Just wanted to give you a follow-up, like I said, about what I think about it in comparison with my 229 Legion. So first things first, we want to make sure it's clear and no magazine, nothing in the chamber, it's clear. Overall, I love this gun. I love the fact that it's a little lighter than my 229 Legion, and I keep saying, I just feel like I betrayed my 229 Legion that's been with me through thick and thin, through most of my training. One of the things that made me, a couple things that made me decide to switch to this gun, as I said before, was that I got sick of that double action low left press on that first shot. Now I just have to drill out of me. Even with this gun, I tend to take my time with that first shot because I was so used to being off target with my 229. Not so with this. I don't have to deal with that first double action shot anymore. Got a 3.1 inch barrel. It's a lot lighter. It's an aluminum frame. The grip profile is a lot thinner, which that's fine. I can get a better grip around with my shooting hand, but as I train, we don't get a tight grip on our shooting hand. That's reserved for our support hand. So there is a little bit more getting used to having less real estate on this side of the gun to put my palm. But I'm sure I'll get over that pretty quickly. I love the stippling, the aggressive stippling on the grip panels. And just from a design standpoint, I love the chevron. It just looks so classy to me. The only grip panels that I like better than this, or maybe not even better than this, but I would say are in the same league as this, are the grip panels on my Wilson Combat EX9. I've put maybe 500 rounds through this and I have not had a misfire. I haven't had a double feed. No problems whatsoever. I'm using Herter's, Herter''S. I don't know if it's proprietary to Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops, but it works fine. I haven't had a problem with that in this gun or in my 229, and it is very affordable. I think you can get a box of 100 for like, I want to say $25 maybe, something, $30 maybe. So it's affordable and it seems to work. I love the flat trigger. Now I'm going to come back to that trigger. There's one thing about it that I'm not thrilled about, but it's not a deal breaker. But I do love the flat trigger. I bought the Defender CCW Vortex optic for it. It's a smaller window, but I don't know if it's psychological or not, and I'm still struggling with it, but I seem like I can get on that dot slightly quicker than I could with the 229 Legion. I don't know if because I feel like I have to focus in because it's a smaller window, whereas with my Romeo 1 Pro on my Legion, on my 229 Legion, it was a larger window, so my eyes were going all over the place. I don't know, maybe the smaller window forces me psychologically to focus in on it because it is a smaller window. I don't know. It has this little notch, this little cutout on the center top of the bezel, which is supposed to help you get that dot quicker. I've tried to use it. I don't know if it really does what it says it's supposed to do or what the claim is, but I'm finding it easier to find the dot in this. Like I said, I still struggle with it. I'm still working on it, but it's a little easier for me. I carry on my waist between 4 and 5 o'clock position, so I call that 4:30. I have an injury, for want of a better term. It's not a debilitating injury, but for the longest time, for the last 30 years or so, I've had a little twinge in that spot on my back way before I started carrying a gun there. But sometimes the 229 would aggravate that, or it would get aggravated just from me aging. So transitioning to this lighter gun, I think is going to help alleviate that. The grip panels, the stippling kind of reminds me of the stippling on my P938 SIG Extreme, which is great. It's just steady and firm in the grip, and it just feels good in the hand. And like my other SIGs, with the exception of the 1911 that I have, it's incredibly easy to take down. Just lock it back, push down on the takedown lever, release, comes right off. Reassembling it, Match it up. Slide back, lock, flip it up, release, done. The front end of the slide is ported. I haven't had much issue with recoil on this. I'm supposing that's doing its job right there, right? Nice pick rail on here. I'm not going to put anything on the rail though. I don't see the need to do that. But now I'm going to go into some things that I find a little lacking when compared to the 229 Legion. Well, let's go back to that trigger. I said I like the flat trigger, but the reset on this gun doesn't come anywhere close to my 229, and I'm assuming that's because of the double single nature of the hammer fired 229. So pressing the trigger, we have cleared the firearm. Now let's look at that reset. It's kind of far out there. I'm gonna let it go to first position. So the reset doesn't come close to the SIG 229. But I suppose that's to be expected because this does not have that single action on it that's going to give me that shallow reset. One other thing, and maybe this is a common thing, I don't know what the deal is, but on the grip panels, on the right side, this side, it's clean, just pure. But on this side, for whatever reason, there's like a white ash or a white kind of rub on it. I'm not sure what's causing that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm putting more skin on this side, and I'm just putting my fingertips on this side while I'm putting the palm on this side as well. I don't know if that's sweat, dead skin residue. I'm not sure what it is. I'm sure it'll come right off, but I'm just curious what the hell it is. I never had that issue with my 229 Legion. A couple other things I'm noticing is that when I place my hand, my offhand, where I train to place it on the firearm when shooting, this tends to get a lot hotter than I'm used to with any of my other guns. Also, I should point out that the magazines are a bitch to load, so those springs are really stiff out of the box. I'm just going to assume that after a while they'll soften up, loosen up, but I had to pull out my Mag Lula for the first time in years to load the magazines for this gun. Last week I was out at the range and I was practicing mag reload. So I had slide lock and I dropped the magazine. It fell into the dirt and actually it was some dry sand. And after I finished the drill, I picked up the magazine. I noticed that it was kind of coated in sand. But hey, you know, I didn't freak out or anything because these are magazines. When we're training to defend our lives, we don't give a shit about the magazine once it's empty. So I picked it up. I took my cloth, I wiped it off, blew some of the sand off, that whole thing. I reloaded it. I know that there was a little crunchiness, but again, I didn't give it a second thought because I've had that situation happen many times when practicing mag reloads with my other guns, particularly the Legion, the 229 Legion. I put that magazine loaded into this gun, and I noticed it was very hard to rack back the slide, to rack one into the chamber. So I was a little concerned about that. I took the slide off, stripped it, put some oil on it, and it did allow me to rack one in the chamber, but there was a lot of crunchiness to it, and I was concerned that I might be stripping some of the material inside, that the grains of sand might be causing some damage. So I didn't shoot another magazine. After that was out, I stopped for the day and came home and cleaned it. It seems like it's still a little sluggish. The slide still seems a little more sluggish. Maybe that's just my psychology. Maybe just in my head. But I did notice that. So I'm going to keep working it in, and hopefully that won't be an issue again. But I will say, if I have to drop the magazine because it's empty, whether I'm training or whether I'm defending in real life, I don't give a shit if it drops in sand, shit, dust, dirt, whatever. It's an empty magazine. It means nothing to me. So there you have it. My final verdict on the SIG P365-AXG Legion. Overall, I love it. Even though I feel like I am betraying my baby, my SIG 229 Legion, I still love her. Never let her go, but I had to make the switch. So what I want you to do is go out there and make that commitment. Go buy the gun that you want. Put it on your credit card. Not be financially responsible. But get the gun that you like. Train with the gun you like. Go to the range, dry fire at home, train, train, train. And remember, if guns kill people, then pencils misspell words, cars drive drunk, and spoons make people fat. Take care, everybody.